Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Dread Pirates, and on the right is going to be Keanu Reeves. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you are just now joining us, and your name is Mikey, and you're just like, wait, I just got into chat, and I was saying hi to Bandit, but he's all of a sudden gone, and I don't know what the maps are. Don't worry, Mikey, I got you. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Dread Pirates. They won the coin flip, opting for first pick priority in game number 1. Towers of Doom and Towers of Doom and Tomb of Spider Queen were banned out by the members of Dread Pirates. Sky Temple and Curse Hollow were banned out by the members of Keanu Reeves, and Battlefield of Eternity will be our first map of the evening, chosen by the members of Keanu Reeves. Let's get back into our draft as I hear the bans flying through. We have an Anubarak being banned out with the Maiev on the left-hand side. Epic production value, thank you so much. Is that Miss Windup Bird in chat? How you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. I hope you had a wonderful day. Celexia, thank you for starting out stream. Oh my god, thank you for the 69 bits, and then thank you so much for the 6 months of support. Thank you for the tier 1 subscription. And Angus Lee, how you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. Welcome, everybody. And what a pal, thank you for coming by as well. Celexia, once again, thank you so much for the support. I can't believe I just open up stream and you're all here and you're all ready to cheer on some wonderful teams and see some awesome Blizzard Heroes action. Thank you once again for joining me. Oh my god, I had a smile on my face earlier today, but it's ear to ear at this point. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the support, my friends. We do see a Maiev and a Alarak being banned up by the members of the Dread Pirates. We also see a Anubarak and a Blaze being removed by the members of Keanu Reeves. Brett Michaels, how's it going, bud? Thanks for posting. Get yourself some of them finger guns. Celexia sure as heck got themselves another month of great finger guns and Asmopog action. But we are going to be seeing our first pick coming out from the members of Dread Pirates. We could see something in the race potential. We've seen a lot of players go for anything like a Greymane or a Vala or a Hanzo in the early priority, but it looks like they're going to be going for Garrosh. They want to have the pressure from that Garrosh very early, but the thing I'm a little worried about is they're kind of showing their hand a little bit. They're like, we're going for this, we're going to walk up and reposition you and lock them down and blow you up. Yes, all those moists in chat. I made food before the stream, so I am ready to put it in. Oh my god. Please post that. Oh, did you just post the food in Discord? Hold on. This is important, stream. Chicken avocado ranch salad. Oh, that is Miss Windup Bird. I am envious. I'm actually very. I had one egg that it was going to be sunny side up, but it decided to break in the pan, so I was just like, we're scrambling it and we're going to make it into a sandwich. So that's what I had for dinner. But this is going to be Uther Ana on the right hand side, so we might be going for a main tank Uther. I would assume so, because that's usually the duo that you run with the Ana as well. We do see the Li Ming and the Greymane on the left hand side. I gotta say, the members of Dread Pirates are coming out with a very terrifying draft at the start of this match, and the one thing that I didn't look at before we got into this game is actually that, oh, I looked at it a while ago, but not before we got into this, the standings for Heroic, because I know it's very close. Dread Pirates currently sit at the 9th rank. This is the last week of regulation play, so if Dread Pirates are able to take a domination here, that could push them further up in the bracket. Now, we do have the members of Keanu Reeves sitting at 2nd seed. That's the other thing to consider here. They are a very strong team, and they are going for this Uther Ana combo, which is a very, me personally, I would consider it a difficult combo to execute. Not everyone can do it, but we do have a Vala being banned on the left-hand side. They're removing some race from the enemy team. They're saying, you know what, Hanzo's okay, Vala's not something that we're going to want to deal with here. Malfurion was taken out as well. The mana return for the Garrosh, Greymane, Li Ming, and the cooldown reduction as well is really impactful from the Malfurion with the I can't think of it's not Tranquility, but it's his actual passive being able to return mana, and I'm blanking out of the name. It's not Inspire either. We do have this Medivh and Zul'jin, and so what I was saying earlier in the draft when I was saying that the members of Dread Pirates were showing their draft a little bit with this Garrosh in the first pick, that means that they're going to say, all right, we're able to adjust to the fact that you're going for this kind of walk-in, dive, blow-up, lockdown combo, and to deal with that, we're going to grab a Medivh, and this is something that I expected. This is a lot of support, a lot of healing coming out from the members of Keanu Reeves, but they're going to grab this Arthas and the Stukov for the members of Dread Pirates, and I really, really like that to round it out. Arthas for the solo lane, Stukov for the heals, gonna be able to get a bit of burst healing for the friendly team. This last pick coming out, they have an auto attacker, they've got this Medivh, this Ana, this Uther, they're gonna need something in the solo lane, whether they go for a Malfield, because there are double tanks, the Lacerates could be a huge potential into low health pool heroes like a Greymane, and I really like that right there. I think this is a really great round out for the rest of their draft. The other thing to consider too is nano boosted Malthael, you have Divine Shield Malthael, So they could go in for Tormented Souls, but I've honestly seen 2 or 3 teams run it and not get much, if any, value from it. I think Lacerite sits at such a higher placement with the fact that of just being able to dive in with the Medivh as well. With that portal forward, someone's a little bit low on health, it will use their missing health bar as damage. So if you're missing 75% of your health, you're gonna go down if that Medivh portal's on top of you. But we throw it back to Bandit right now, who is currently panting from the draft that we just had. How is it going, bud? What's your analysis for us? Riveting analysis. Thank you so much. Innervate, thank you so much, Selexia. Will there be an Artanis pick? I missed that comment, and that was actually something that I probably should have highlighted, because that would have been a strong potential, but I think the Malthael's a little bit stronger with the double tank as well as the last rate's potential, and then Arthas into Malthael might be a bit of a struggle. Arthas has some self-sustain, but I think Malthael's going to be a little bit stronger in the lane overall. I'm so excited about this. I'm ready for these games. I've been looking forward to this all day. Shadonis, thank you for coming by, my friend. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. But we have got ourselves ready to this. Yo, thank you for the hosting over as well. Let's go ahead and get into the game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Dread Pirates. We're going to be having Sir Stiggles going to be on the Garrosh. Princess will be on the Li Ming. Mystic is going to be on the Stukov. We have Decorus will be on the Greymane. And in the solo lane, top lane, we do have Bat Mary. That's a very good name. On the Arthas. Very good Skinnergy as well. I want to highlight that really quickly. Look at that Skinnergy. Look at that horse. Oh, that's very good. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Keanu Reeves. We've got Dude Abides on the Malthael going on into our bottom lane. We have Kelser going to be on the bad guy Zul'jin. Porky will be on the main tank Uther. My pal Vince will be on the Ana. And I didn't look at names beforehand, but we do have Z or Xenaris going to be on the Medivh. Let's go ahead and continue and look at first. Come on, Zul'jins. What are up with Zul'jins in this Division A heroic division not taking Headhunter? Or not, yeah, Headhunter, excuse me. I thought I had the wrong talent, but that's actually going to be Porky in a bit of a rough spot. They're going to be throwing around right there. The portal's going to be just out of range, and Porky is going to be going down. First blood going over in favor for the members of Dread Pirates, and this is what they need to begin this. They need, like, if they take this in the XD just in chat, ooh. Ana Malthael is Dude Abide's dream. Yeah. Cucko, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Or Chuko? Chuko. I'm just making up names apparently as I'm reading things. We do see that the Dude Abide is going to be able to jump into this top camp and grab that right there. We once again have the Uther a little far forward right there, I guess is a way to put it. But the one thing I actually want to be able to highlight here is going to be the vision provided. But I just looked at minimap and I'm like, this Arthas is stepping up onto Dude Abides. Can they? I don't think they sustain on this. They're going to be trying. Oh, they use the Wraith Strike at the last moment and they end up going back, and I think that should be. I thought that was going to be the kill right there, but it's not going to be the case. We do have 1 minute 40 into the game. We were seeing Porky and my pal Vince considering to go into top lane to maybe help out the Malthael player, but it seems like the Dude Abide will be fine for now. Nice portal out from Xenaris as Decorus will be jumping in. Double sleep dart coming out from my pal Vince onto a couple of the players right there. Going to be able to lock them down for a couple seconds. I'm just jumping back into top lane so we can at least highlight the solo lane a little bit. I know I keep seeing Uther very far forward, but there's protection by the way, so I don't think they're going to be going down anytime soon. The one thing I also do want to highlight on top of all of this is going to be the stacks for Medivh. Medivh is one of those heroes that does have a baseline quest. And said baseline quest is going to be, if they do die, they lose all their stacks. It's much like Kael'thas with Convection, if you do know that talent as well. You're looking for 20 stacks total with Kael'thas' Convection. With Arcane Rift, you're looking for the 40, but if you do die, you lose all of them. It's not like Hanzo with the Redemption where you lose only a couple of stacks every time you die. This is going to be, you lose everything and you have to restart. So Medivh players are going to be banking on trying to get the Arcane Rift finished out as quickly as possible. That way they can play a little bit more aggressive and make some of these interesting and maybe tactile or risky portals forward into the backline to maybe get onto Princess, to maybe get onto Decorus. But for now, it's going to be stacking out some quests. We also do have 7 out of the 30, if I'm not mistaken, on the Zul'jin for now. I do believe it stacks out to 30. I might be 7 looks like it's about a quarter of the way, so yeah, 30 sounds about right. We do see the Dude Abide's going to be stepping further forward in this bottom area, or in this mid area, but they're not going to be taking enough damage to go down. The Indomitable will be used by Garrosh as they dive further forward. Sir Stiggle's in a bit of a rough spot. They're looking for the kill. Can they find them? But that's going to be, if only they had their halfway, if they actually had all their stacks on the Zul'jin, obviously 3 minutes into the game, they would have had that double Arcanite Axes and they would have been able to get the kill, but not the case, and they still sit 1 kill up on the side of Dread Pirates as they themselves will be working on this Immortal and burning it down to the halfway phase. As we get to the halfway phase, let's actually cycle through some of the other numbers, look at the early game, what's been done in the early game from some of these players, hero damage-wise, experience-wise, as well as healing. Angus, thank you so much for the raid as well. Thank you for bringing everyone over here. I really, really appreciate that, my friend. Medivh players are so annoying when playing Garrosh. Yeah. Because it's like, I'm gonna toss you. No, you're not. But no, you're not. Well, I'll taunt you. Protection, by the way. This is going to be the Immortal in favor for the members of Dread Pirates. First one in their favor is Porky portals forward, but they won't be going for much more outside of a stun. We do see this going into the top lane. That reason being, bottom lane has a small amount of damage there. Top lane has a little less damage up there, so they'll go ahead and choose the top lane because it's more well defended. And let's see how the siege works out for the members of Dread Pirates. They're going to get another stack onto the Warbreaker from that Garrosh right there. Porky going to be stepping forward as well. That's going to be a toss onto Kelser. I don't know what they can do, as that will be the portal as well as the protection. I literally talked about it. I'm like, there's nothing that the Zul'jin can do. They're gonna die as no, they just get portaled out and they get protected. But with a portal maybe being on cooldown, they're gonna look at Porky. The sounds comes out as well. Sleep Dart from my pal Vince. And with all this support and all this healing, it's not enough to get a kill outside of. Ooh, wait, hold on. I was going to say, there were a couple kill potentials earlier, and that's also going to be Medivh with the Arcane Rift being finished out, so maybe we'll be seeing them play a little bit more aggressive at this point. That's at least what we're hoping on. We do see, I was thinking that for some reason I thought the Dude Abide went down earlier, and then I looked up and I was like, wait, no, they didn't go down. They barely made it at a top lane at one point, getting pushed around by Bat Mary. But it will just be camp rotations for teams. They're going to go ahead and put some pressure into the lanes. We do see 4 members coming down in this bottom lane. Kelser does have vision, well, we're looking at the vision for Kelser, but they do see that they're coming down here. So they themselves as a team know that there is going to be... Sorry, Bandit's staring at me. What's up, bud? Why don't you lay down? Okay. Sorry, he's like a foot away from me just staring. I'm like, what do you want from me? I have nothing for you. That's going to be the dive forward onto Decorus, but they turn it around and get the kill into Zul'jin. Hello? Dread Pirates? Holy heck. All right. Well, that's going to be them continuing to hold the kill dominance right there, and we do see a few more of those questing talents being worked through. That Frozen Tempest. I was going to say Frost Presence. I'm like, no, that's the level 1 for Arthas, but that is going to be Frozen Tempest, or excuse me, Frozen Waste. Going to be sitting at 28 out of the 50 stacks right there. The Zul'jin is sitting at 9 stacks right now, so they're slowly working through that You Want Axe questing talent. But we are approaching our 10 talent tiers, and we will be seeing bruiser camps being rotated off and grabbed really quickly, at least on the left-hand side. This right-hand side is going to be down for the next 9 seconds. It's going to be popping up when the Immortal pops up. I always talk about this, but this camp timing right here is so perfect. It's going to force the enemy team into the lane during the Immortal phase. Not before it, but it's during the Immortal phase, and now they're going to be able to rotate in and try and put some pressure on us. They're rotating in onto their side to get the defense posturing at least. Now that they see that no one's going for the race, they say, hey, we've got a faster race, we've got this Li Ming, and we've got this Greymane. We're going to shred right into this. I don't think that this is going to work. I mean, Zul'jin, yeah, does some damage, but we're only sitting at 10 stacks, and they're sitting fairly high in health as well. And we all know that Zul'jin does more damage and attacks faster. I do believe it's attacks faster as well when you're low in health, when you're in a lower health pool. So staying in that lower side is really helpful, but at the same time you don't want to be too low. If you get locked down, the cleanse does come out as well, but this is going to be the easy burn for the members of Dread Pirates, as they will be able to pick up this. But oh wait, I was going to say they're going to be able to easily pick this up, but they're going to be losing their Greymane. That's going to be a kill in favor for the members of Keanu Reeves as they get the toss onto Xenos over the wall, but they already used their portal, but they're going to be fine right there. I don't think the tower takes them down. They still get the Immortal, but that's a 3 for none trade during that entire engagement. That timers are low? Tactile feeding, potentially? I'm not 100% sure on that. It is 10 to 10 in our talent tiers. We do see the massive shove coming out from the, oh my god, the CC train onto Stukov right there. They get the kill. And I'm just saying it again. you know, if you had Headhunter, you probably would have got it by now. Actually, you would have been probably 1 kill off from it. Just saying. No. They're going to go back and watch this VOD. They're like, please don't cast us ever again. Like, don't talk about Headhunter like that. That is going to be the Incinerate coming onto Porky. They're looking to try and do something with this. They will be able to finish out their questing talent, but they do end up going down to the dive from the Greymane. Kelser sitting a little bit low themselves. The Immortal does finish out here getting... Okay, just max value on the... go for the throat groan at the end right there, but the Immortal will be able to get a decent amount into the fort right there, and so far the Dread Pirates are putting some pressure onto the map, but they're kind of answering back and clapping back, if you will, on the side of Keanu Reeves. They're not giving this over easy. And we haven't looked at the numbers in just a bit. I was just looking around and I was like, man, we do have last rites for them, or not last rites, we have the Tormented Souls for the Malthael. A little surprised by that one right there. No Sindragosa, but that makes a little bit of sense right there. Nano Boost as well from that Ana, and we do see the Tostingo from the Zul Jin. And then we as we also saw in the last engagement, there is going to be the Polymorph from, or excuse me, the Polybomb from the Medivh. It's going to be a great way to control some of these fights, excuse me, in the tight corridors, as well as get those single picks. Like, it's not the longest cooldown in the world, so getting single picks with it works out for you. Also, in the later half of the game, when the death timers are getting longer and longer, that's going to be something you need to consider as well. The entire time, I've had something just like stuck in my eye and is driving me insane. We do see Arthas is going to be popping the Army of the Dead and pushing up into this top lane, using those ghouls to try and get the siege into this tower. Malthael is up here to try and clear this out. They will be able to deny it for now, but that's a lot of damage into this tower, sitting at 1,200 in bottom lane. They have a wave here. They want to try and take this out so they get that periodic catapult pressure as well as the passive experience gain in their favor on the side of Dread Pirates, and they managed to pick up the first fort of the game. Top lane still held over fairly comfortably. 28 seconds on the camp on the left-hand side. We do see the right-hand side Shaman camps being picked up as the Immortals will be spawning in. They're already in position for the defense right here. Kelser looking to get some of those axes in as well. 13 Talonteers will ride in the corners. That's going to be a lot of damage onto Porky. That also will be the protection from Medivh. Warlord challenge coming out, the Divine Shield thrown onto the Malthael, who doesn't use Tormented Souls, it looks like, but they were also nano boosted. There's the Tormented Souls, finding a second kill from the Zul Jin, as well as the Malthael. That will be the Polybomb onto one. They're finding Decorus, and I think they'll be able to get that kill. And this is where the scaling is really starting to come into play. It looks like we are halfway through the stacks for that, the Zul Jin. So they're going to be having the double rotation of Arcanite axes. While all this is happening, they say we can't fight into this. They have 13 talent here. We lost 3. We go for the clear into top lane. Meanwhile, Zenaris is just being a nuisance and just poking at them as well. They take out a fort themselves in top lane, which means Immortal should be going into bottom lane. I'm just going to assume this is going to be picked up by Keanu Reeves. This should be an Immortal in their favor 100%. Everyone's back up, but I don't know if they're going to be able to make it. Well, let's see here, actually. We have a vision for Princess. Let's see what they do with this. They're going to force them off, but the poke potential should be good enough, especially from the Zul Jin. That's going to be this Warlord challenge to silence out onto the Uther, but they get the Garrosh regardless, and the portal forward onto Mystic. Massive shove pushes them into the corner. We still have Bat Murray just way too low in this backline, trying to do something right there, and that will be 2 more picked off before they get into this bottom lane. Really starting to push the momentum in favor for the members of Keanu Reeves. Oh my god, Tatsuki, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone from Tatsuki's stream. Thank you so much, Beard Buddy. Thank you for coming by. Belfrag, Deus, thank you so much. And Tatsuki, thank you again. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I hope your NA games were decent to you. I'm sorry that I had to miss a few. I had to run around and do some errands before stream. But I turned on your stream and I was like, all right, I'll give her the lurk, and then I have to go around and do errands. And I came back, and I leave the sound on, which is probably not the smartest thing. And I came back into my house, and I heard you like yelling in the distance, and I thought there was someone in my house, and I got really scared for a little bit, and then I remembered I left your stream on in my office. But either way, thank you again for the raid, and also Deus, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate the support, my friend, as we do see Keanu Reeves pushing in this bottom lane. We also have the Disintegrate coming out from that Li Ming. That's going to be the Warlord, the Groundbreaker from that Garrosh, just trying to force them back a little bit. But now Malthael's diving in. They also use the Tormented Souls. The Warlord challenge is used, but they also pop the Divine Shield as well as the Nano Boost from the Malthael. The Dude Abides is just diving and chunking into some of these players, still having that Nano Boost onto them. They don't get a kill. The Polybomb is going to force them back, but this is going to be the second Immortal of the game with 16 Talonteers on the side of Keanu Reeves taken down. They will portal out. Actually, Zenaris is going to be... Wait, Porky? Oh no, the Howling Blast from Arthas I think should be... Wait, there's no way they make it out alive. They're going to turn this around? Hello? Decourse is going to be going down. Kelser's just dumping in the damage from the Zul'jin, just donating axes to faces. That's going to be the massive shove, but I don't know if that will be enough for Mystic as they lose a third, and with the 3 that they just got, they say, hey, that's an opening. Let's go ahead and try and end the game. Okay. I was in your house eating your peanut butter. That would explain why I'm missing some peanut butter. Okay. Good to know. I was just assuming that Bandit figured out how to open up jars. Are they going to be able to... Warlord Challenge comes out. Yeah, I think they should be able to end here. That's going to be Tostingo used as well, and that's going to be the members of Keanu Reeves taking game number 1. GG. Well played. Once again, Tatsuki, thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
No.
Should have let them leave? Yeah, a little bit. Sir Chaos a lot, how you doing? Tatsuki peanut butter thief? Yeah. I hope you had a wonderful stream though, and I hope you have a great dinner. It's, let's see, it's Thursday, so let me guess, you ordered delicious tacos. Or did you order lasagna? Oh man, that just sounds so good. All right. Let me show the talents while we figure out the maps really quickly. Alrighty. Seriously, like, Tatsuki best person. If you haven't followed her already, if you don't know who she is, please, 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 please go and follow her, check out her channel, do yourself that favor. I was thinking of making some pasta. Oh, pasta sounds good as well. Pasta sounds really good. Actually, anything sounds better than just 1 egg for dinner. We do need to update the score for the right-hand side. Okay, that's done. Alrighty. We'll find out what map they're going to want to go to, and then we'll get going into our next game. Once again, this is a Heroic Division matchup, and this is the deciding factor if Dread Pirates can push their way into the playoffs or if this will keep them out. They're on the bubble. And it's a bit of a terrifying spot to be, I'm not going to lie. Are you going to put anything in that pasta, or are you just going to do like simple, just like buttered noodles? Easy peasy, we're done. I don't want to cook anymore. I don't want to deal with heartburn or anything like that. Yeah. All right, cool. I found out what map it's going to be. So let's go ahead and do that. Do. I just need to get the first team in there. No match history. Team number 1. Yes. Swap team. Oh, teams joining in at the same time feels confusing, man. I think I swapped them off. I think Bat Murray, Sir Stiggles, Decorus, Princess, not my pal Vince. They're on the other team. Rice and eggs with a little bit of butter and soy sauce. Oh no, that's even better. You only had 1 egg for dinner? Yeah, I'm dieting a little bit. Yeah. I'm dieting, which is not fun. Let's change this camera a little. There you all go. Better vision of Bandit's always the best. Roughly 2 minutes right now, lads. Okay. Oh, I think they just need like a little bathroom break or something. We don't have a game after this, so like I don't care at all. Oh yeah, no, like if you haven't followed Tatsuki, you should. You really, really should. She is probably one of the most entertaining like Storm League streamers that I've watched, because it's, at least in my opinion, like I'm not the biggest fan of like the tilt on stream, like super, what, you're so skinny? Yeah, it's a fun time. No, I actually have my parents coming, so what I do is I make sure that Give us Mystic? Okay. My parents are coming in town, so I'm going to be eating way too much food. So this is my, like, fasting before my parents come into town, and then... Sad day when I get no invites. Well, here's the thing. I'm shaming the teams because the captain was just like, sad day when I don't get an invite. I'm like, your team jumped the gun. Looking good for the rents? Yeah. It's also just trying to like manage my weight a little bit, make sure that I don't like go too far over and stuff like that. Like it's holiday season coming up, and like I have to go to a wedding in October, and then BlizzCon's right after that. So like I know I'm gonna be eating and drinking a lot of bad things. So like I'm like, all right, we got to start doing like dieting in between everything. So we're starting now. My parents will come. I'll eat a bunch of food. I'll diet for another 2 weeks, and then I'll go to Michigan, and I'll go to a wedding, and then I'll come back, diet for another week, and then go to BlizzCon. I think it's a little bit longer in between my parents being here. I think it's like more like a month. But we got a ready from one team, ready from the other, and we'll give him a spooky worm. Let's go ahead and get on into this, into our game number 2. Before I do that, I need to update this in the background already. Let's go ahead, get on into it. Thank you everyone for hanging out, and I am ready for more wonderful, delicious Heroes of the Storm games. We're going to... Wrong button, Bahamut. Wrong button. I need to swap those apparently, but either way, hey, Carpe Felis, how's it going, bud?
69 bonus 6.
Thank you so much, Carpe Felis, for the 69 and 6 bits. I really, really appreciate the support, my friend. How are you doing? How have you been? I haven't seen you in a bit. He's going to... Wait, he's going to go interview with Calvin Klein? No, Sir Chaos, don't say that. I won't be going to BlizzCon, but I live like 10 minutes away from the convention center. Miss Windup-Bird, I do believe that there's like a lot of parties happening the night before, so if you do come down, I think like... I know like Halloran, for example, like I don't think he's going to BlizzCon, but he said he's like, I think I'm gonna go to the Marriott and hang out at the bar and just like chat with people. I'm like, that's probably what I'm gonna be doing too. Like, I check in on October 31st, so my Halloween is down at the convention center, which I'm a little bummed out about because I don't get to hand out gigantic candy bars up here, because that's what I do. I'm the house that gives the king-size candy bars, and if you're also the house that gives the king-size candy bars, and you're wondering how we got here, don't worry, I got you. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Dread Pirates. We had the coin flip won by them. They banned Towers of Doom and Tomb of the Spider Queen as they opted for first pick in game number 1. Keanu Reeves banned out Sky Temple and Cursed Hollow. Battlefield of Eternity was the first map chosen by Keanu Reeves and won by them. Dread Pirates opted for first pick priority in game number 2, so they chose Alterac Pass on the side of Keanu Reeves for our game 2. Let's go ahead and jump back into our draft. And my computer died and I'm back now, Finger Guns. Welcome back, my dude. Thank you for coming by. And I'm glad your computer's working again. I hope it wasn't anything too major, or did you... Like, tell me the details. I love computer details. We do see a Medivh and a Abathur being banned on the left-hand side, a Sylvanas and a Nubarak from the right. They don't want to deal with the push pressure and the buff that she brings to the table with the Mercenary Queen. And then we see basically a respect ban onto the Medivh. And also Abathur is just such a nuisance on a player who's really, really good at playing a global and macro game, as well as the micro game when you're actually in the team fights, being able to get that clone as well. But yeah, no, if anyone lives in the Anaheim area or anything like that, and if you want to come hang out for BlizzCon stuff, I'll be there. Like, I'll come hang out at the bar at the Marriott or at the Holiday or wherever people are congregating the nights before. I wanted to be able to sign in 3 people into Disney and hang out since we get free sign-ins, but there's too many people, big groups, feels bad. Aw. I've actually never been to that one down there. I've only been to the Universal, which was a blast. I have to plan a trip around that, but we do see Greyman and Joanna being picked up on the right-hand side. That's a lot of great initiation and also some blinds and control that she brings to the table. We have the Dahaka for the global factor, and we also see a Rhaegar and a Kira as well. Rhaegar's been making their way back into the meta quite a bit. The Ancestor healing's been a big priority, but it's also the way that Rhaegar's been played and how they're very versatile and they're actually able to be that kind of aggressive assassin healer, if you will. Banda, are you okay, bud? What's up? Is there a bear outside? You trying to tell me there's a bear outside? He got a bath today and he is so silky soft. Okay, I might just come by for drinks. Please do, seriously. I'll be hanging out. I think Kaloran, like, that's literally what he was planning to do. He's like, unless I get a free BlizzCon ticket, like, I'm just gonna come like the night or two before and just hang out and see people that I'm excited to see. Tall, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that, my friend. So Dahaka, Rhaegar, Kira on the left-hand side. We have that ETC being banned on the right and also a Jaina being banned on the left. And I like the Jaina ban because she pairs well with the Greymane. That slow enables Greymane to chase in further, then she's also able to get great burst on top of it. She also does have the poke potential to interrupt some of these camps, which is really annoying. We might see something like a Junkrat or a Hanzo here being picked up on the right-hand side for maybe some of that poke. They also do need to support as well. They know that there's a Rhaegar on the right-hand side. Maybe they consider... I like the Ana once again. I think the Ana is really strong, but they're going to go for a Deckard Cain, and they're going to go with a Blaze with that as well. So a very beefy front line. They're going to have that Greymane to dive in. Deckard will be, you know, jumping around the back or frolicking in the back, if you will. I installed Windows Update that fried the OS, then spent way too long trying to rebuild the MBR, the motherboard? Wait, I don't know that abbreviation. Etc. Finally gave up and got a new solid state drive. Yay, so fast now. Oh, solid states. I run like OBS and like a few things. Like I have one solid state that runs like my OS, OBS, and like some of the applications, and then everything else runs off of a different solid state. Like all of my video games are on like a 500 gigabyte solid state. And then all of my, you know, OS is on a solid state. And then I have like a 2 terabyte just standard hard drive, which just holds all of my backup recordings. Is that the Day jumping into chat? How's it going, Day? Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon, and I hope you get some great sleep today. I know you've been having some trouble with that. But thanks for coming by. Diablo will be that last pickup, as well as a Kael'thas on the left-hand side, so some dive into this backline potential. There's the Junkrat for the poke that we were talking about before. I'm excited about this Kael'thas, though. I think the Kael'thas chain bomb potential can be huge. The gravity lapse is a setup, and then you have the Dahaka with the tongue drag follow-up, and then overpower and shadow charge from the Diablo. So a lot of great CC, a lot of great control coming out from the members of Dread Pirates. Will it be enough for them to take us to game number 3, or will the members of Keanu Reeves be able to win this back over? Master boot record. Huh. I've never heard of that before. I'm not as savvy as computers as I thought I was. Didn't ban Kael'thas. GG JK. That's what every one of my Storm League games says. What if though? Like what if? Like what if they didn't ban Kael'thas, they get it, and that's it. Like that's the game. Like it's just back to the analysis desk. Didn't Dibbles get super nerfed? I don't believe so. Dibbles is still sitting in a pretty good spot, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's go ahead and get into this game, everybody. I'm super excited about it. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Dread Pirates down 1 game in our best of 3 series. Bat Mary is going to be on the Dahaka. Princess will be on that Rhaegar. We have Mystic on the Kira. Decorus will be on the Kael'thas, and Sir Stiggles will be on the Diablo. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Keanu Reeves up 1, trying to make it a 2-0 domination and keep themselves in that second slot seed, or maybe even push themselves in the first. We'll find out later. We'd see the Dude Abide's going to be on the Blaze. My pal Vince will be on the Joanna. Zenaris is going to be on the Greymane. Porky will be on the Deckard Cain, and Kelser is going to be on the Junkrat. Some role swaps right there. The my pal Vince was on the Ana last time, and Porky was playing the main tank Uther. So just interesting right there. It's always exciting when people just change up what they're playing and just see how that affects the game. But we got ourselves this great... Chuko, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that support, my friend. Sorry I missed that earlier. Must have been during the draft and I was not paying attention. But we are going to be also checking out our first level questing talents as well. We do see the Kael'thas going into the Mana Addict at level 1, as Rhaegar will be going down to the Greymane, who dives into that backline. Kira going to be throwing out another one of those strikes for the Fatal Wounds to be continuing to stack up further. Greymane gets another auto into Bat Murray, who moves their way into the bottom lane. First objective will be in this top right and top... well, I guess top right and top left position. There we go. And so having the global potential in the bottom lane is probably your best bet. You wouldn't want to put the Greymane... excuse me, the Dahaka in this top lane because of the fact that they would just be able to neander down to the objective. You want to have them stay in this bottom lane as long as possible so they're continually soaking up the lane and they're able to maybe get that brushstroke. Say you're going in for this engagement up here, you get the brushstroke down here, you move into the back lane, maybe the Deckard Cain's over there. Either way, something to note, we do have siege camps up on the right and the left-hand side. The timing is a little bit faster for the members of Keanu Reeves. Dread Pirate's going to be a little bit further behind. The reason you want to get this as immediately as it pops up on the map is because it's a 1 minute 30 second cooldown. So if you're able to get it right and you're able to finish this camp and you know, channel it and all of that before that 1 minute 30 mark in the game, that means you'll be able to grab it again before the objective's up. Granted, a lot of the teams that I've been seeing, I mean, almost every team I see, they pretty much just at this point say, cool, the objective's up. My camp's the first thing I'll get, and then we'll go ahead and go for the objective. It seems like that's the standard rotation from a lot of these players, and that might be the case right here, but that's going to be a lot of damage put onto this Diablo very early. They try and get the Fire Stomp, which will give them a little bit more sustain. Gonna be getting a nice concussion mine into the front gate right there as they get a huge jet propulsion into that Kira. Sure, Stiggles actually steps further forward trying to save that Kira and ends up going down themselves. That's a 2-for-none trade as they pick up their 3rd kill of the game on the side of Keanu Reeves. Dread Pirates sitting in a bit of a rough spot. They need to start bringing back that momentum in their favor before they can really answer what they're putting on the table from Keanu Reeves. Oh my god, I stammered through all that. But I love this. I love this so far. It's a really good matchup. Oh, we actually have, I don't see this too often, ensnaring swing for the Kira. The revolving sweep slowed by 30%, while Kira is attached to them. Revolving sweeps for 3 seconds. Wow, okay. That's a good one right there. But Sir Stiggles is going to be targeted as we see the ping coming out from one of the players, and they're going to try and burn them down. Kira's going to try and get the swing right in there, and they're going to knock them around. Mystic is doing their best to put that damage in, and Sir Stiggles is able to walk away. Gravity Lapse connects onto my pal Vince, and that's going to be it for now. 7 talent tiers are not too far off, so let's go ahead and check out some of the healing numbers, damage numbers, as well as the experience that's been done so far. We've seen the quests and talents for quite some time. The other thing, too, I want to check really quickly is we just have the vision set up because I want to see as they're making this aggression, how they're going to be, what vision they're going to be seeing and how they're going to be playing this. Daenerys will be the target as they manage to pick up their first kill of the game on the side of Dread Pirates. Is this the momentum shift they needed in their favor? We still see, oh, that's going to be a very good dive onto Kelser. Are they going to be able to make their way out of there? Huge revolving sweep, and that is going to be a second pick onto the Junkrat right there. Sir Stiggles will get the Shadow Charge onto my pal Vince, which I like this right there. They're using that Shadow Charge to force back my pal Vince further so they can't step up further and get the shield glare to stall out the channel. So really, really good use of the basic ability from Sir Stiggles right there. And it's just something as a maybe if you're like, oh, I'm a main tank and I wish I like my friends tell me to zone better, like how do I zone? That's exactly how you zone. Like that's what you want to be doing. You want to be essentially anchoring but not killing yourself. And we are going to be seeing a fight breaking out right now. Sub 7s for both these teams, but just about around the corner for the members of Mystic is going to be just getting pulled up there for the members of Keanu Reeves, but they managed to get the first objective on the side of Dread Pirates. Oh, but this Dahak is in a bit of a rough spot. They might be able to turn this around. That will be the Iron Skin used by the Joanna Firestomp coming out from Sir Stiggles. They found themselves onto Xenaris, who doesn't go down to the Chain Bomb from the Kael'thas. Another Fire Stomp is going to be thrown out from Sir Stiggles as well, as the objective will be moving on in through the lane. 7 talent tiers will be here in favor for the members of Keanu Reeves when they're not too far off on the side of Dread Pirates. We also do see the Emerald from the Deckard Cain, so they want to try and mitigate some healing from that Rhaegar. And if you're guessing, if you're trying to guess what healing that is, it's the Ancestral. Like, you are holding that Emerald when Ancestral is available to throw that out and mitigate, what is it, 75% of the healing for 4 seconds? Yeah. Like, this Emerald is going to be huge into the Rhaegar. I was going to say Grey Man, I'm like, that's their own teammate. Come on, Bahamut. Mid lane was already cleared out. Bottom lane's going to be pushed up by Batmary a little bit down there, but we currently have our fun up in top lane as the dude buy jet propulsions forward. They also do finish that new habits as well, so you're going to have that self-cleanse in a sense, as well as the armor from popping Pyromania. But jumping back into bottom lane, we haven't been able to highlight this too much as Batmary into Kelser, Junkrat into this Dahaka. It's a bit of a rough matchup for the Dahaka, at least in my opinion. Range into melee's never a good time as Batmary's being thrown around and getting poked here and there. They're going to have to play the gate game where they just wait for this. Pally, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone from Pally's stream. Thank you so much for the host, everyone. And Voodoo Zulu, thank you so much for the follow as well as we get into this. Seriously, Pally, thank you so much. If someone could shout out Pally, that would be a real treat because I cannot right now. But thank you so much once again, my friend. And I hope you had a wonderful stream, and I hope the games were extra delicious today. Thank you so much. the support from all of you this evening, it blows me away constantly, and I don't know how to respond to it at points. It is going to be 2 to 3 in our levels. Let's actually jump once again through the numbers. We haven't taken a peek at those in a little bit, so let's look at the damage, the healing, as well as the experience coming in for these teams, and then we'll be seeing our 10 talent tiers pop up in just a second. Nice slow coming out from the Decker King, going to lock down that Diablo. They're not going to step any further forward onto it. They actually, I think they're going to be trying to grab the regeneration globe as well. They do have these potions out from Porky to get the healing up, and my pal Vince will be fine right there, but are they going to go for a fight here? They have 10 talent here over the enemy team. It will be Curse Bullet for the Gray Man as well. Going to be chunking 40% of the current health pool of any hero they hit with that. We also are going to be having the Blessed Shield for a setup, and no combustion from the Blaze. We are going to be seeing the bunker, which will be a little bit of a pause in the team fight, which I always like. It's much like Lucio. You know, if you can get that great sound barrier at the right moment, it puts a pause in that fight, and your team can really start to turn that momentum and bring that game back in your favor. The 10 talent tier will be picked up on the left-hand side for Dread Pirates as well. Anything out of the ordinary for them. Ancestral, as noted before, final strike for the Kira. We don't see the Omni Slasher. That's what I'm calling it right now. I actually don't know the name of her other heroic, but I'm calling it Omni Slash because it just sounds cool. Even though, I mean, Cloud's attack isn't really like that. Anyways, Phoenix for the Kael'thas. I guess the only oddity in a sense is Lightning Breath, but even then I think Diablo's heroics lean more towards Lightning Breath out of Apocalypse in the current state of the meta right now, but this is going to be the step up onto 2 right now. They also are going to be having that Lightning Breath coming out. Ancestral Healing goes out, and it will be the full connection onto them. They actually get the Junkrat in the backline while all this is happening with that Lightning Breath. Stay a while and listen will be used to slow this down, but Bat Murray's going to be in the backline with the Tongue Drag onto this Grey Man. They're trying to find the kill. That's going to be Rhaegar diving in. They get the bite button. They will get the kill right there, as there's going to be a lockdown into a couple members. They're trying to make their way out as Princess and Bat Murray are trying to chase right into this. They get the speed boost through these bushes, but that will be the end of it, as the boss will be able to take down the fort and bottom lane. They say, screw it, there's 2 down, well, at least 1 down still. 1 just spawned. Let's go ahead and grab this objective. All we're doing is slowing ourselves down, and the boss will be taken out. Yeah, we can lose a little bit of damage under our front gate, but if we get the objective, that's way more impactful for our friendly team. And I really like the way they played that right there. The 2 kills, that's a great amount of experience they brought to the table, as well as they're able to kind of get a dominance on this. Not so much a dominance, but the positioning and their presence on the map is going to be a little bit more so in their favor, as they're getting kind of squished in this tight corridor right now. This is typically where Diablo excels so much, but they're just mushing them down is what I wanted to say, but they're just starting to burn them down so consistently. Princess has some good healing, but it's not enough, and the Ancestor will be down for another 30-some seconds. Greymane will be able to find themselves a Dahaka. They get the contest at 6.2 seconds. The death timer for the Dahaka, I was going to say the death timers for Dahaka is not too bad, but that is going to be Kael'thas going down there as well. They do not have their arcane barriers, so they weren't able to get any of that extra shielding. Meanwhile, Sir Stiggles is going to be sitting over here in the bush. They have 0 stacks. Diablo, I believe, did go down in that last fight, so they end up essentially buying back. It's not like they have a choice. That would be actually a cool feature if you could choose when to use your souls. Man, not really, actually, because I feel like that would just be like, it's like, all right, cool, I'll just wait and still be just busted strong when I come back. It's like Alarak, I guess. No. Anyways, let's just move on from that. Wondering if you took Phoenix instead of Pyro because of the bunker. I would agree. I would absolutely agree, Miss Windup Bird. Also, the thing is with Phoenix too, it's got good zone potential too. So if anyone's trying to maybe dive onto the Diablo while the Lightning Breath is happening, they're going to be able to have that zone control. Also, same thing going around this objective. If they do want to try and channel it, you throw the Phoenix out. It's deterring them a little bit longer from trying to step further forward onto this. There's the Phoenix coming out, 13 talent here for the right-hand side. That will be the Ancestral Healing, but it's also going to be the Stay While and Listen Riptide coming out from the Junkrat, looking for a low health pool hero. They find a Dahaka, but that's going to be the Greymane getting the kill. Sir Stiggles will be going down. That's going to be Kelser diving further forward into the backline. Mystic in a bit of a rough spot. Can they make it out? Unfortunately not. 11 seconds left on this objective, and this should be the channel in their favor on the side of Keanu Reeves, and they also will be able to pick up the siege camp for this mid lane. This won't be pushing into a good spot per se, because it's going to be going right into this tower. I was kind of hoping that this mid lane was already taken down in their favor, so that way the objective would be pushing with the camp that they just grabbed. That wording sounded like I'm cheering for a team, but that's not the case, chat. It's not the case. King, thank you so much for the follow as well. I very much appreciate the support, my friend. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. And thank you to everyone lurking, chatting, cheering, everything, like following, all that. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. We're hopefully going to be able to get to partner soon. Hopefully we can hit that. We're over that precipice and they'll accept us. The application's been sitting there. Just fingers crossed. Just Give me your energy stream, as Sir Stiggles is going to be giving back their energy as they go down. That's going to be a lot of damage onto Kira as well. They find a Rhaegar on top of it. 3 go down as 15 to 12 in our levels right now, and they might be able to find their 16s after this front gate and this mid lane keep. Stay a while and listen actually is going to be tongue dragged out, but they don't get them close enough to the keep to get the damage. They just dive back over by their keep because they don't want to. They're going to try and keep, you know, no one really wants to fight under the enemy tower without any units right there. As Xenaris is going to be diving onto the Decor, and they don't get the kill. Stay a while and listen will be used, but I think the Curse Bullet actually ended up triggering, or I guess getting the knock out of that sleep right there. But the mid lane keep is going to be burned down. Bottom lane keep is now just being sieged by the objective. Top lane just went down, and so it looks like they'll back off. They'll move their way into top lane. This isn't the healthiest objective, but they still have 16 talent tier. No, they're going for boss. Okay. Do I have vision set up yet? Yes, I do. Okay. I just want to jump onto the vision for the blue team and just get an idea of what they're seeing. Actually, no, they're not going for boss. I got juked. We once had objectives stopped at 0.0 seconds, and we had to recap it again on this map. 0.0 crying face. That's a rough go. That's such a rough go. All right, so that's the objective going down. And here's the thing. So I've talked about this in previous streams. Wall vision is really, really important when you get into, like, they know that they know that they're here. I want to see. And they know as well because we're just jumping over their vision. They just cleared out a wave. So they know that the enemy team is below them, but they also have the 16 talent tier. But they don't care. They're going to go in on this. They're going to try and find a fight. That's going to be Xenaris taking a lot of damage. Kael'thas is the first one to go down. That will be the final strike coming out from the Kira as well. Bat Murray will be on the boss for now. That's going to be the Blaze drop in the bunker. Sir Stiggles in a bit of a rough spot. They're still split on the enemy team, or excuse me, on the side of Dread Pirates. There we go. Dread Pirates is just so split that entire fight. Stay a while and listen doesn't catch the foot of Mystic, but they managed to get the boss, and that is going to be boss in top lane pushing on in. There's no gate right there. They could try and go in with this. They got 20 seconds on the Diablo. Bottom lane keep is going to be damaged as well. How does the timer stop at 0.0 and it doesn't finish? Table flip. I'll never get over that. Yo, Jet, how's it going? I really hope we get to go against Keanu Reeves in playoffs. I hope so too, Jet. I hope you're having a wonderful night, my friend. All right, boss is going to be moving in through this top lane. They're going to be rotating back. Are they going for bottom? Boss? Yes. I think that's the game plan right now. Jump over the vision for Kira really quickly, see what they're seeing. So they have no idea where the enemy team is. Dahaka going to be going over to this camp right now. Kira going to be sitting at 196 stacks out of that 200. Yeah, this is going to be... I would, like, if I'm sitting on the friendly side, I'm like, they're probably on boss, but there's really nothing we can do. I mean, we're currently burning down the one they just got. The one in bottom lane, there's no way they can respond to that in time. Really the best thing you can do is just grab this middle lane camp, try and close up that experience gap while the waves are being pushed into them, so they're not having to push out too far to grab the experience, and also this camp will push them a little further forward in that experience realm. That Deckard ult though. What's up, Delta? How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by, friend. Tongue drag went out, but it didn't connect right there. Gonna throw out a couple of these concussion mines. Oh, fire stomps. Sir Stiggles is gonna get the ancestral healing, but that's going to be the emerald getting full value right there. You just saw that ancestral doing absolutely nothing for Diablos. The Riptire came out as well. They found the kill onto the Kira. We do see the bottom lane keep going to be burned down, and this is going to be potential game ending. They could try and... Oh, that Deckard Kane Stay a While and Listen is going to be going out, and they managed to catch the foot of Kael'thas. They find the Dahaka as well. They move over to the core, and it looks like the members of Keanu Reeves are going to be taking our series in a 2-0 domination. GG, well played. We see the dancing Deckard Kane right at the Nexus. And the boss is just like, wait, what happened? Once again, Pally, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that. So this looks like the Dread Pirates are going to be staying in 9th seed. Keanu Reeves will take a domination, so that's going to put them up a couple more points, but Broken Alliance is still sitting at first place with 30 points. So, and Keanu Reeves is sitting at 25, so this will put them at 28 points, because I think a domination is 3. So it's close, but I think the definite second seed will be Keanu Reeves. Don't they do like first seed versus like 7th and... No, I don't know. Wait, hold on. 7th seed is actually withdrawn. So Dread Pirates are in. Hold on. How do you know... How do you... But Bahama Gaming, how do you win against a team that's in the Matrix? Wait, what? What? I didn't catch it. Let me check the calendar really quickly. Are there any 8 o'clock games can we do? No, that's all taken. Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to be wrapping it up for this evening, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be getting an interview really quickly with one of the players, and then we're going to be hosting over another stream. Who wants to do interview? All right, let's show talents really quickly. First versus last, second versus next to last. Okay. All right, let me jump into the NGS Discord as well. Oh, I see them. All right, we're going to be joined at this time by Z. How you doing? Congratulations on your 2-0 victory.
Hello. Yeah.
How are you feeling after that 2-0?
Oh, yeah, we're feeling pretty good about it. Sorry, it just took me a sec to process that.
No, you're good. You're good. You just came out of a game, so it's a whole lot of energy right there. But it was a pretty dominating series from you guys. As I guess the second seeded team, like going into playoffs this strong, are you excited? Are you nervous? Can you talk about the emotions kind of going into the playoff season? Now, I think this was your last regulation game, was it not?
I think so, yeah. This is going to be our last game until the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
As for the playoffs themselves and how we think we're going to perform in them, I'm fairly confident that we'll make it all the way to finals.
Ooh.
Most of our mishaps and losses this season have been mostly due to some sloppy shot calling and some other mistakes that I think are entirely fixable.
Okay.
So once we get past that, and once we, just like shape up a little more, then I think there's a very good chance that we can potentially get first.
Oh. I'm excited about that. Like I really want to catch some of these games because it was such a blast to watch you all perform this evening. Like the first draft with the basically like triples. Well, I guess it's double healer, single support with the Medivh if we're breaking it into new rules. Essentially triple healer in some way, shape, or form. But it was such a great draft and composition to see you all pull out. Is that kind of like the tip of the iceberg? Have we even seen any of the drafts that you might even pull out in the playoffs?
Honestly, we're just kind of like going with the flow and making the drafts up as we go.
Ooh.
Like we already established, like, oh yeah, if we just pick Medivh every time, then eventually everyone's going to ban it. So we just get another pick instead.
There you go. And overall, I mean, it sounds like you're pretty confident within your hero pools. Is there anything that you're going to be practicing, getting ready for, scrimming, watching, any of that? Or is it just like, hey, let's sit back, drink some beer, and eat some pizza?
Honestly, I want to do the latter so badly once the season's over. Because, my goodness, being a captain is just hard in terms of, like, having to schedule and just keep up with all the rules and regulations. But that aside, in terms of what we're going to practice, I want to practice more Tassadar comps without a Tracer. I want to practice more TLV and Zarya Sergeant Hammer Cheese comps. Yeah, you better be listening out there, John Knight. I'm looking at you.
Yo, NGS, can I cast all the playoff games for Heroic, please? If that's what we're getting, like that's all I want. That's so good. I'm really excited about all these games. It was such a great series to watch you all play, and you had such a strong showing. Before I let you run out of here, any shout outs that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Of course. Shout outs to you, of course. You're just super enthusiastic to cast all of these games, and you've also been casting a couple games for Rewind. I know a lot of them on the team, so
wonderful.
Props. Shout outs to the audience. Thank you for spending your time watching this stream and proving that HOTS isn't that dead. I mean, you can still find queues under a minute, so it's whatever. Mm-hmm. And yeah, as always, you're all breathtaking. Thank you for watching and thank you for supporting us.
Thank you. Well, thank you. No, seriously, thank you for the games and thank you for the interview. I hope to find you and catch you all during the playoffs because this was an absolute blast, and I'm excited to see that TLV composition come out at some point. But until then, enjoy your victory, and you have a wonderful night, my friend.